Right, welcome everybody back to the Untitled YGO podcast. My name is Edwin.
My name is Ludwig. I'm Oscar.
And I'm Ollie.
And Ollie.
What do you mean?
Just say Olle. Yeah, okay. And today we are joined by a guest, one of Sweden's best players of all time, the man who views the Israel-Palestine conflict as a simplified game state, and the man who wants Max C to go to 4 copies per deck, Herman Hansson. Welcome very much to the podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Cool, awesome. You doing well?
I'm doing fine. I'm eating my kebab here, but I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing good, thank you so much.
Alright, yeah, speaking of kebab, we got...
Swedish husmannskost.
There you go.
Yeah, the real Swedish food. No meatballs here. It's only kebab.
No, but that's like the crazy thing, right? Because meatballs and like cold omelets are Turkish to begin with, so why wouldn't kebab also be like a...
No, we don't
Might
talk
as
about
well just be.
No, don't mention that part.
Alright,
They'll come for you.
so food, relating to that, I hope we all had some snacks or something. I have chocolate chip cookies, triple chocolate,
Nice.
insane. And then I got lactose-free milk, because my girlfriend is lactose intolerant. Now, I think that this is actually better than regular milk. This tastes more like milk than... Yeah, the standard milk. It's
Wait,
like
What are you
sweeter.
saying?
It's like the type of milk you get in those like tiny packets that you put in coffee.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff.
I mean, sure, it's good, but you can't just say something tastes more like milk than milk.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so next person, what you got? What we got? So we.
I have
Ooh,
a glass of red wine.
that's awesome. Is there anything
That's
that's
some good snacks.
This is all I have. We just celebrated. My father turned, let's see, 55.
Oh, wow.
This Tuesday, so yeah, we haven't celebrated him yet. So we just had dinner with the family, and I ran from there when Edwin called me.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, red wine is a staple on a Friday, I feel like. Olle, what you have?
I mean, I ate dinner from like not that long ago, so I'm just having a bottle of water and some snus.
A bottle of water and snus.
Yep.
The real
survive.
Swedish husmannskost.
No, that's the real Swedish husmannskost.
That's the like big frukost, you know.
That's insane.
Yep.
Like the dinner was kind of simple as well. I just ate some leftover kotletki, which is like a Russian beef patty kind of.
I thought you were gonna say that you just had another snus and another glass of water. So
That works too. I mean, that's basically everything.
Kind
I'm
of
doing
simple,
all
the
day.
same as it
Snoozing and drinking water.
simple man, simple man. All right,
Yeah.
Ludwig, what about you? You got the goo.
I got some fried rice and apple juice. That's about it.
Right. Okay. So, well, now we're all here. We've introduced our food. We've introduced ourselves. So I'm thinking that we'll move on to some questions for you, Herman. So first of all, how are you doing in general?
Doing fine. I study and I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't know.
Is
I'm
yeah.
doing okay.
The 2 ingredients to a happy life?
Nah,
Nah.
definitely not. I'm miserable.
Oh, that's not
it's
good
okay.
to hear.
He's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
happy.
course. Like, do you think I'm happy playing Dueling Book low ranked again? Fuck no.
Oof, disaster.
God, no.
You're not playing any Master Duel?
I am, but there's just no content to play.
Yeah. That's what
Like, I don't want
as
to play
well.
tournaments because it's simply just not worth my time. Because
Yeah.
they aren't more fun than DB because I like TCG, and the prize pool is just not there either. So there's just no point for
Yeah.
me to play it except like Platinum. And so the issue is that I'm doing like the dailies every day. So I'll get Plat 1 eventually. I'm like already Plat 2 or something, and 20 days left. So there's no need to rush it, right? It's not that addictive.
Yeah, I didn't play at all until like yesterday before I went to work, and then so I got placed gold 5. I think I grinded to gold 4 day 1, and then I just grinded all the way to gold 1 yesterday. And now I don't think I'm gonna play for like 2 weeks again because fuck me, dude.
My only plan is like take plat 1 or like try to get the highest rank every season for as long
Yeah,
as possible.
same.
Yeah, but that's
Eventually
really
gonna-
easy for
eventually
now.
that will be impossible to like actually do because you're gonna have to settle for like whatever is under like the equivalent of Hearthstone Legend.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go like top 500 global every month. That
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, I mean, we can't all be as sweaty as you, Herman.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to summon Dinglong, set pillars, pass.
That is extremely based. I tried to make that deck and I went into it and I missed like 30 URs and I'm like, nope, that's never happened.
Yeah, because like
Understandable.
someone said, "Oh, Blix, do you know Dinglong is legal here?" So I just full sent all of my 12,000 or whatever gems you have, like at
Yeah.
the start from just doing all the, like half of the solo missions, into the Yangtze booster pack, and I crafted what I didn't have, and then slowly but surely I've just added more hand traps to it, and so now I'm just chilling.
Is it pure Yangtze or Zephyra?
No, it's Dinglong turbos. It's like
Oh, okay.
eight
The
Yangtze
good old
monsters.
times.
Yeah, it's eight, like the standard 8 Yangtze monsters. I'm only running the Dino engine because I don't want to run 2 normal summon engines. The speed, like I don't know.
I get it.
I've been thinking about running either the because I crafted the DD engine as well, but it
No,
just
but
feels
that
feels
sounds-
so weird
It's
because
so bricky. Like the reason
Yeah.
that Speedrun N was good is it didn't take in normal summon.
yeah,
So if you open both Speedruns and the Dinos in like 2016, then you
yeah,
got
exactly.
like Totem Bird, or you could just go like Denglong into Herald into summon instead of more interrupts.
Yeah, exactly. It was really nice, but whatever.
But I guess that's one of the like really interesting things about Master Duel is that it really is like its own meta and its own game almost.
Yeah.
How do you view that, Herman? Because I feel like it must be interesting for you getting to try something that is like different from TCG but isn't OCG either. What do you think about it?
Well, I just call it OCG. I actually like the ban list more than TCG one. It doesn't really feel real at the time. I guess
Yeah.
it's the best way to put it.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm really enjoying not having to play around Mystic Mine. It feels so good. Like I hate getting shit by mine. It's like the worst.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy the Master Duel card pool. I think it's really cool, and that might be like partially like nostalgia and being able to play like weird, wonky ass grass thunder decks or Luna
Yeah.
Lights. But I just think the card pool is actually super nice. If they just
Yeah.
like plugged in all the new stuff like Phoenix and Forester and
Like I actually prefer like the approach OCG has to the meta game, where like Maxis Liga they let more stuff stay like unbanned, right? And I like that.
yeah, they like
Yeah,
I actually like the last approach TCG did as well to like the list where it put like a couple stuff back. Like I feel like before this list we could usually expect what to come off and what to get banned, what comes off, right? Like I think everyone could have expected like Simorg, for example, or like IO to some extent.
Yeah.
But like this is the first time in ages they like did something as radical as like putting Snow to 1, for example. I think that's sick.
Strudel
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Tiger.
Although I think Snow in
Yeah, both-
particular
both
should probably
of
have stayed banned, but like the idea of it is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's neat. I like skill into 3 was the only thing I was like, whoa, this is
Yeah, I think
Weird.
the fact that they just didn't do anything about Scythe is one of my biggest complaints. It feels
Yep.
really like it feels like they just missed it.
So
I
the
don't know.
topic of Scythe and skill drain, I feel like when Konami makes their ban list, they want to create like some kind of perfect balance where you can play both control and you can play combo.
Mm.
So if they ban IO, they feel like it's actually a really good trap that trap cards lose when trap cards are already down really bad. So you like need something like balance it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's probably why they put skill into 3. And honestly, I don't think skill drain has been an issue. Like I don't know how much of the new format you've played,
No,
but
like,
LH is the worst deck ever. Like don't worry about it. It's so bad.
Okay.
my opinion also like
Terrible.
Skill wouldn't actually change Eldritch viability. Like,
Yeah, no.
I
Sure.
don't know, dog. Okay, you still have the twin twisters in the fuck. What's gonna change? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
don't
backward
know.
decks are like so
You
inherently
plug out the
flawed.
ghost and match for
in
the
the type
skill drain,
format.
like nothing changes. It's like okay, I guess it's like the plug it is like slightly more generic,
Yeah.
and you still lose to evenly, and like cosmic is still like equal as viable.
I don't know. I've not played like current format Yu-Gi-Oh for so long. Like I've borrowed or less Sword Soul deck and played 2 locals, or like 1.5 locals, I guess.
I've been running
That's
test
it.
stand with Luna Light Soup for the upcoming regional, and that's about it.
Okay.
So we're working on that shit.
Yeah, sick update by the way. We're allegedly getting new judge shirts for the regional.
Oh!
Oh, do we have a date?
The owner of DL just wrote in the chat asking like, "Oh, what sizes should we get?" Because they want us to order some.
Yeah,
You know,
Cornelis
like,
messaged me. He's like,
Yeah.
"They're getting judge shirts. What sizes are you?"
So I was told by one of the people in the Netherlands that they have heard info about their national seasons too. Have we heard that from like Sweden?
We have not heard about Nats, but we do know that there's a regional coming, and that's in March. What? Yeah.
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
March 12th.
Yeah, March 12th is the
That's
planned
okay.
date for it. But I
That would be,
yeah.
that would be like.
Apparently, Konami's asked like DL and stuff. Like they've been talking about nationals, and
Okay.
it looks like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's the same then. Okay.
Nationals would be like a very clear indicator. that
So there's actually
the world
open
is coming back to normal.
a pretty big store here in Norrköping.
Oh, wow.
It has like actually like the first like official OTS store since forever, I guess. So it's pretty
wow.
cool.
Yeah.
The issue is that by this time the scene here is already so dead, so they can't get players, and it's
Yeah.
really unfortunate.
But that's one of the things, right? That's actually something I wanted to ask about. Being from Norrköping, which is not really a city that is known for its YGO talent, so to say. How has
I don't
it
think
been?
it's known for anything.
Yeah, it is known for many a thing. But
Say one. Say one right now.
workers,
I dare you.
Workers, a lot of workers. Yeah, working
Okay.
class. Yeah, the
Okay,
working
okay,
class. You
okay,
got
okay.
the fucking what's the museum?
Yeah, we have
something?
like a working museum. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but
People
yeah,
might
but like
explode.
Wait, you have Kolmården, right? Kolmården is in
yeah,
Norrköping.
Kolmården, yeah.
Okay, but that is like a whole hour away or something.
Okay, but
Okay, yeah,
it's,
it's on the
kind of
outskirts.
Norrköping.
That is that's a stretch.
But you
Best
don't
roller coaster in the world.
you don't have that much of an accent, like Norrköping accent, though. Like I feel like Herman. But do you live like in Norrköping, or do you live like outside of it?
So if you want like a full life story, I was born in Skåne,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then I moved to like the outskirts of Norrköping as a kid,
Yeah.
in like a town called Vånga. That was like in the outskirts of Skärblacka, which is like a bigger town, I guess.
Yeah.
You might have heard about Billerud, Korsnäs. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a paper factory.
Yeah, actually, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like 10 minutes from there.
Oh, okay. I
And
have.
now I live like almost like permanently in the city now, but
Okay.
yeah.
Have you gotten your own like apartment for like when you're studying, or?
No, I don't have a reason to, because this house is like way too big. So
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I don't want to flex, but it's big.
All right, sure. It's a big
I don't
house.
flex.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Money.
But my parents' house, it's big.
Yeah, I actually have some of my cousins live in Norrköping, or they lived in Norrköping, then they moved like out to like Åby, I think. I've been there once, and it's like they have this weird mall called Åby Mall, which is like 3 stores, and it's really weird. It's like a bicycle repair shop, a shoe store, and it's like a place where you can get your hair cut, right? And then across the street there's a bakery, the only bakery in town, and it's, you know what its motto is?
No?
Buy something tasty, become popular. It's just the weirdest fucking thing. And then they have like Åby Motor Club, which is like, you know, their fucking motorsport club. It's just
Of
like
course.
there's always like
Yeah.
3 like EPA tractors outside. That's the only fucking thing they have. So it seems like it's just a bunch of 15-year-olds who have it.
15-year-olds that are into drifting.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Well, it's
Every
probably
single
60-year-olds
small
and a
town is
lot of boomers.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing in between.
Oh yeah. Do you were you a big fan of EPA culture when you were a teen, Herman?
No, I never cared. My brother was a big fan though, I think.
Ah, okay. No, it's quite interesting. It's a very Swedish thing, I feel like. I don't know if they have. it in
Well,
other
when you
countries.
live on the countryside, you like come to find that like every single young adult has like one of those.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because
The
we live
issue
in
is
the
that
country.
when I was a kid, when I was like 10, I took like a private school here in Norrköping.
Yeah.
It's called Kunskapsskolan, and there's like a lot of them, so you probably have heard about that one for sure.
Yeah, we have one in Uppsala as well.
Yeah, and because of that, I just really never interacted with the countryside after the age of 10, so I don't really have any friends. So that was it, that I didn't like know like as a kindergartner pretty much. But my brother stayed and went to school and in like Skärblacka, so he's
Yeah.
more aware. Than
Well, then
I
when
am.
you interact with the countryside more, and when you're out there, you need a car
Yeah.
to get.
Yeah,
to, like,
you have
to
no
get-
choice.
Yeah, there's the only choice you have is to get part, like become part of the culture.
Yeah, I mean, I drove a moped from when I was 15, and like I drove that all the way until I was 18, until I got a car, because like even during the winters, like you have to get to school, and it's either choosing like not going to school, walking for 1.5 hours, or taking your moped and maybe dying because you like fucking fall on the ice and scrape up your entire face.
Yeah,
But apparently it was
you can
worth
gamble on the bus as well, but the bus doesn't come.
No, there's no buses. There's no buses.
Which there just simply are no buses. Like,
Yeah,
winter
where I
times.
live. Yeah.
what the fuck?
Something
no,
funny
like-
is like we have a neighbor on the
What do you mean?
countryside
Like, do you think
that doesn't have like
bus gonna pull up next to the custom lake? What?
The Lallerud bus? Yeah, no way. We'll fucking set up roadblocks before we let like the government get into Lallerud. There's no way.
Ah, sure.
Yeah. But
we actually have a couple neighbors that like walk or like bike to Skärblacka, and it's like hours away if you do that.
That sounds insane. Jesus Christ, they must have crazy thighs, man.
No, I don't know.
I don't know, you
like-
haven't looked too close.
No, but
I
like when you
see.
start walking, you just walk and then you're there.
Yeah.
Like it's not that hard.
Yes, like autopilot is like fast
Yeah.
traveling in like Pokemon game when you fly. Yeah, true.
I mean, it kinda is if you just like put on the headphones and like listen to a podcast and just fall into your own thoughts. Like you just
No.
keep walking. That's my experience of it.
I like conversation. with
Not
a
if
friend.
you walk for like 3 hours. Like you will definitely get tired way
My
before
friend,
then.
he's
Ah,
like,
dude.
he's here in Stockholm as well, and he was like, I'll just walk home, and it's like across the city. And he's like, had good music in my ears, nice shoes on, and
So
I'm
I
just
mean, the
going.
nice shoes, were they good looking or did they have like good lumbar support?
I'm totally fitted, got good music in my ears, I'll just walk.
Yeah, like I was I was at a friend's house like 5, 6, 8 years back something, and she lived like an hour, like 40 minutes by car outside of Uppsala, and then I missed the bus, so I had to walk in, and it was the same. I just started walking, and then a couple hours later, I'm home. We're here.
I mean, we did that once after Nationals. The only Nats I played, I think it was in 2018.
You walked home to Jönköping.
No, that would have been ambitious. No, we
Alright.
walked from Dragon's Lair all the way to Globen, basically.
That's solid walk.
Because we were like, fuck it, we don't want to pay for the subway, and we didn't realize how far it was. So me, Alice, and her dad just walked across Stockholm all the way to fucking Globen.
That's like a doable walk. Though.
Yeah, that was terrible because I got like blisters on my feet, and then we got to the hotel and they'd fuck up the thing, so there was only like one double bed and a chair. So I slept in the chair, and Alice and her dad slept in the fucking thing in the bed because I felt like
That's the YCS experience. What do
yeah,
you mean?
apparently it was terrible.
Yes.
What I did was I took two
that-
chairs and like I put them together so I could like rest my feet on the one chair and sit in the other. I slept like that for the entire night. It was terrible.
Well, that walk isn't that bad. Like that's something I could do like during summer for fun. Just,
Like, it's
walk
not the
that, it's
worst
fine.
walk, but it is a long walk.
It's not the
in Stockholm.
furthest I've ever walked, no, but like it's pretty
central
long.
part
Like
of
it's
Stockholm,
stupid
yeah.
because we could have just taken like the fucking subway, but we were cheap.
Yeah, that's like a 10
Just-
minutes somewhere.
Just flanka 5-head.
Yeah, exactly.
Just jump the
Jump
fence,
over
idiot.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Obviously, a con artist walks into the carriage and tries to convince me that I need a special ticket to ride. I just put him on the ground and throw him out.
Talking about like walking long distances.
Like, but how far is that? Because I've been to Globen once, and I took the subway
It's
from the
pretty
station.
far
so-
because you have to go to like Central Station,
It would be like almost.
like Central Station, Gamla Stan, Södermalm, across Södermalm, then like over a bridge.
I took the
Okay, so it's like-
I took the train today from KTH to Hammarbystrand, and that was like supposed to be 5 kilometers. So I guess 5-ish, 6-ish
About 5
kilometers.
to 6
Well, I mean,
kilometers
that's
walk.
doable. That's like
It's
a 40-minute walk.
doable, but it was a.
Probably less.
It was quite. I think it took us like maybe an hour max. I think because we were also trying to find our way through Stockholm and didn't.
Yeah,
know, like, the
exactly.
fastest
Like if
routes.
you don't know the way, it takes longer. If
Yeah.
you know the way, it takes faster.
I
And
have
like
a friend who walked from like Södermalm, so pretty much central Stockholm, but he lives at the edge of Lidingö. It's like after a long night out, like none of the buses or trains or anything were going, so he just had to walk like 3 hours to get home.
Okay, that's living at
Like-
Lidingö, KKW. That's what
Yeah,
Mm.
imagine We're like everyone was offering like we could like buy a cab for you or something, but he's just a fucking soldier. He's in the army now.
Oh, of
He's
course.
just walking.
Yeah,
We're like,
that's literally
I'm
what
fine."
they do. Like, there's nothing else
Yes,
but
okay.
walking in the
That's
army,
a
mostly.
Hard build. Jesus.
Fuck, you know. No, it's really just like the fucking same when I was still living in Jönköping. When I went to Bongo Bar and I didn't want to pay for a cab, I would just walk from Bongo Bar to Lallerud. I would start walking at like 12:30 or whatever, get home at like 4 a.m. in the morning.
What the fuck?
How long is
Why?
that walk, by the way?
Why I would walk? No, there's no buses, there's no nothing, and like a cab is like super expensive, right? So it would cost me like 200-300 crowns. I didn't have that kind of money when I was a teen. I wasted it on alcohol, so like, you know, you're sitting there.
How long is that walk? It's like
It's almost, it's I
15
think
kilometers?
8 kilometers, 8-9 ish, from Bongo to there. I think, yeah. Well, actually, no, it's probably more. Yeah, no, probably 8 or 9. Yeah.
It should be more.
No.
Speaking of
it's
paying
around
for
way
cabs, did you hear about the fire earlier this week around the Knivsta?
No.
So I was at locals this Tuesday, right, in Stockholm, and then I was gonna take the train home, so I sat waiting for the train, and then like a message popped up, and they're like, "Oh, due to a fire, no train will reach Uppsala at all." So I'm like, huh? Okay, but sure, there's a bus,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I'll just take the fucking bus. The bus takes 1.5 hours. When does next bus leave? It leaves 10 to 1 at night, and like it was 20 past 10 or something. So I'm like, I'm not finna wait for that. So I called. First I was like, fuck it, I'll just wait, and then I realized, no cafe or anything is gonna be open, and I have like 8% on my phone, so I can't charge it, or anything. So I call SL, and I'm like, hi, like, how the fuck am I supposed to head home? And he's like, you can take the train to Märsta, and then you can take a bus to Arlanda, and from there a bus goes to Uppsala actually. And I'm like, oh, but then that's the same bus that I was gonna take that like gets to Uppsala at 20 past 2.
Oh my.
So I'm like, oh fuck. And so then he goes, but if you take the train to Märsta, you can get a cab, and when you and then we'll pay for it afterwards if you save the receipt. So I'm like, sure, I'll do that. So I get on the train, because all the trains, like, there was something wrong as well. So the train doesn't usually go to Märsta, the one to Uppsala, but due to some issue around Arlanda, it would go to Märsta instead. So I jump on that, and I book a cab, and the train gets late, so I have to like push the cab forward a bit.
Okay.
And then I end up at Arlanda anyway, so I can't get the cab.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck
So
it,
are you
I'll
still
just...
stuck at Arlanda, or what? How did you solve the situation?
I took a cab, like I found 2 other guys that were also going to Uppsala, so we took a cab together, but they insisted on paying the guy like by Swish,
Yeah.
so we didn't get a receipt, so now I'm out 200 crowns
Oh
for
my
no fucking reason. I
lord.
can't get them back.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
oh, so you're fucked. Lol.
Yeah.
I mean, we had
And then I
another fellow member of the Stockholm/Uppsala scene get fucked by the train service. He got thrown out in the cold at like, what, you know Dennis? Like, he got,
yeah.
I was taking the tram home, I think. And then near, what was it? What's it called? Nar something, I think.
He lives in Nynäshamn.
Yeah, it wasn't that, but it was some other place before that. And they just stopped the train, but it didn't work, and then they just like threw them out.
Yeah, but they had Ersättningsbussar at the time. Like, there was
No.
They got buses.
I
didn't get a bus.
But did they get? Because he needed to get home, and he said there's no buses coming.
And instead
Okay.
it's his dad that can pick him up.
Yeah.
Home at 3.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Do you have any crazy travel stories, Herman?
I mean, I took a last-minute bus to OSS once. That's the only one, I guess.
Ooh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, the one where all the flights got cancelled.
All the flights got cancelled, like,
and
yeah, the day before, and I just decided, well, I really want to go anyway, so I'll just I'll take the bus.
Yeah,
So
I just
like at 6 a.m. I had to
follow
take a train to Gothenburg because there's no buses going from here, obviously. So I have to get to Gothenburg first, and get there at like 8:30, and then bus to Berlin, and then I get in Berlin. I get yelled at by some angry old guy for taking their seats or something. I don't know what's happening there. Probably a crackhead. And then, like, I don't know. Checked at like 8:30, and then I have just enough time to go like drop off my stuff and then go directly to the venue. Yeah. Had to sit next to an open toilet for like 12 hours. That was pretty cool too.
Nice.
Open toilet
Yeah.
for 12 hours. Wow. Did you elect to do that, or?
Well,
it
it
a must?
was kind of an option I could have done. Like the guy next to me fell asleep, and I just didn't want to wake him up because I'm too nice.
Yeah. Like that's the worst part about.
Well, it
taking,
wasn't really 12 hours either. Like I woke up at like 4 a.m. and then I noticed that whoever was in the toilet did just forget to close the door, and it smelled awful. But at the same time, it's 4 a.m. I really don't want to wake up someone and manage to fall asleep on a bus.
Yeah, no. No, fuck, it's a
how
disaster.
did that YCS go? It went quite well for you, I remember. Was it the 200 meters?
Like round 10 maybe.
Oh, okay.
But I made my money back because I won a giant card.
Ah,
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. Yeah, that's another thing I kind of want to talk about. What's your view on like the price support in Yu-Gi-Oh? Because you obviously had, like, I think a lot of people who like consistently do well in the game have some quite like good takes on it. So what do you think about like what the price setup is right now?
Right now, like it's pretty like we're back to nothing. But last year it was pretty good. Like last year I made so much money.
So is it typically just gaining like the prize cards and that you then sell those, or are there other sources? Like if you win a PS4, will you try to flip the PS4 or whatever?
I mean, I've sold both the PS4s I've gotten so far, and I have a Nintendo Switch I just haven't sold yet.
Yeah.
And I have like 2 prize cards and like some other stuff that I still have to sell. But like last year it was so good because the extravaganzas gave out so many OTS packs. Like I probably got like I think I got like 400 or so OTS packs last year.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And then you can give them an average value of like €4 each, maybe.
Yeah.
You can get like. And that was still basically regionals. Like that was insane for like regional pricing.
Yeah.
Like finally Yu-Gi-Oh actually printed money, and it was like every weekend I could play an extravaganza.
Oh,
But then they just stopped extravaganzas, resumed IRL, and then IRL gave no price support again, so that was like garbage. And now IRL is also getting cancelled again because of Omicron.
Yeah.
And now there's just no events and no pricing.
Oh, it's a fucking disaster, isn't it?
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens now, because I feel like at least here in Sweden, I mean, all the restrictions went out Wednesday, so.
I mean, in Sweden, no one's even cared about this shit to begin with. Like when I went to Stockholm for the last regional, I had like a face mask with me, of course, and I was the only person in like both the freaking central station, on the train, and in the with a face mask on. Like all three. What on earth? Like people here just don't care.
No, I think so. It's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Yeah, like I've been like kinda caring. I usually wear face masks on like on the transportations.
Yeah.
It's like on the train, on the bus, like when I go to the store or something. Like when I'm.
It's
but
important.
Then, like, at the reason, I was like,
disclaimer here for any international watchers: in Sweden, you don't have to wear a face mask. We have no restrictions right now at all, which you can talk about how wise that is. What?
Face masks were actually never mandatory.
Yeah, they've never been mandatory in Sweden.
Only in public transportation for like short periods of time.
Yeah, but then they
Even
weren't
then,
even
it's
mandatory.
like-
It was a strong recommendation.
Yeah. I mean, even then, Omicron kind of feels like inevitable, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you can like wash your hands and apply like alcohol to it, and like you can be as careful as you want. But if you're next to someone who has Omicron, you're getting Omicron.
Yeah.
Like that's how things are, you know. Even if you're like fully vaccinated, which by the way, of course, I think all of us are. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, I got
I'm
my
getting
third one
my
today.
takes. I'm getting my third soon.
Okay, base.
I got two. I got two because they fucked up. So what happened was I went to get it today. That's why I went to Hammarby. I went there. She was like, because I took mine in Jönköping, because the ones in Jönköping actually became available before Stockholm, which is kind of nice. However, now I have to take my third one in Stockholm. So I go there. She's like, oh, okay, you're gonna have to sign this release paper or whatever, like blah, 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 whatever. And then she starts, putting the thing in, and I can see how it's like running liquid, like a clear liquid here. And she's like, I will be right back. So I'm like, oh fuck. And then I start bleeding as well, and like I don't dare touch it or like grab any equipment to like wipe that off. So I'm just bleeding out the arm, like it's running down here. And she goes back and she's like, oh, you're bleeding. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Oh, I heard it. That must be like useless. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, but
aren't they
she.
professionals?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think she just accidentally fucked up. But then basically what they did was apparently only a tiny bit got outside of my body, so they pushed that in. So now I got double vax. But this is actually the first time I've gotten my vaccine that I haven't like gotten sick. Like I don't feel anything of this vaccine. I have a tiny headache, but like nothing else. I think
which brand have you taken?
This is the interesting thing. My first two were Moderna.
Okay.
And now I got Pfizer. So it might have been that I had
Pfizer
some reaction
Pfizer
specifically
gang,
to
where you at?
I'm
The
Gigavax
only
now.
thing I had, I was really tired. But like,
Gigavax.
I had nothing the first time, and then the second and third time I got tired afterwards. I felt tired like the entire day. But that's like it's like no headache, no nothing.
Yeah, like I got a little sore in my arm.
Yeah.
Like both. My
Okay,
arms
but
and-
that's like I don't even know if that's like the vaccine. It's probably the fact that you're getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like
I'm-
exactly. That's
I'm
every
not
single
like
vaccine I've ever taken in my life. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, my
of
arm's a
course.
bit sore, and then some dickhead at school after you've all taken steel cramps vaccine just comes and goes, "Buh!" and then just out cold.
I've had
I'm also
Pfizer and never
Gigavax.
felt anything.
Yeah.
Like Moderna first dose, I felt nothing, and then got Pfizer and got fucked over. I just went to bed and was like pretty much bedridden for 2 days.
So you're going Sputnik for the third one then, or what's the
Yeah.
tally? Yeah.
Sputnik.
You know, my goal is having like 6 or 7 doses of everything, but like maybe like the Sputnik version and Moderna, I'm just gonna go
On
2
to the
or 3.
on to next up, boys.
Yeah, when you get
Right,
that
that's
many, it starts stacking, and you gain an area of effect kind of shield. So
Yeah.
anyone around you cannot get corona either, right?
Exactly.
No, that's definitely how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Monsters in your main monster zone cannot be
Yeah,
destroyed by
like,
card
did any of
effects.
you guys
Three
ever
levels
get
above.
corona, by the way?
No.
I don't know.
I think I managed. No, I don't think I ever had it. As far as I know, I haven't had it. No.
So neither me or anyone in my family ever had it.
Oh wow, cool.
I've
Me
never
neither.
tested positive, and I
Yeah.
never.
Closest we got was like a
Hospitalized
couple.
with the flu, but nothing
I think
else.
all my cousins got it somehow, but not me. Not
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Probably,
because my dad got it last year, like around my birthday, from
Okay.
some guy at work, in his words, fucking electrician. And so so my entire family got it at the same time last year. So I had a fantastic birthday. Everyone was just either sleeping for 8 hours, like every other, and then awake for 2 hours, and then we just ran into each other outside. Fuck.
I remember that because like a couple days before that you had been like at a party and I was there as well. And then like the day after, like so my dad just tested COVID positive. Y'all might want to get checked. So
Yeah,
was
I
like,
came
"Oh,
home.
no."
I came home and then I kind of wake up early and I hear my dad going around the house coughing and I'm like, fuck. And then later that evening, my mom says, "Oh yeah, like dad's sick. Stay in your room."
Yeah, like,
A
So
bit late.
but I also think like probably the majority of the population has had it. If like
probably.
if they know it or not. Like when I was still living at home, both my parents had it. So like there's no, but I've never tested positive myself. But
Yeah.
My
But
family
you
actually
probably
had it.
gotta like.
you can just have it and like, oh wow, you're like don't even get any symptoms or anything. Like
It's weird. I was sick a couple about 2 weeks ago now, and I got quite sick. I had like a huge fever where I just like had to. I literally like slept through like 2 days in a row and just was sweating like an insane. Like it was disgusting. I sweated so much that like my pillows were like actually drenched. Like it was so disgusting. I never sweated that much in my life. But that was like I was sick for 3 days, and then I was back again healthy. So usually when you get corona, right? You're sick for an extended period of time, even if you're not getting that sick.
we could also, but that could still be COVID. Like that.
Yeah, like
that
that's
just
good.
like,
it's different for everybody. Like
Yeah.
like the guys I shared a cab with, I talked to them, and they're like, one of them said, "Oh yeah, I had corona. It wasn't that bad." Meanwhile, I was like bedridden for a week. I didn't even have the
Like
energy to take a shower.
the incubation time can be like 2 to 14 days. So
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
a really wide
I
margin.
got Like, I haven't been sick with COVID, but before I got my vaccine, I tested myself like pretty much every time I've been with someone who got sick, and when I was sick. Like, it even got to the point of me being hospitalized by the common flu, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna die. And then I went there, got my fucking lungs x-rayed and everything, like 5 different tests. They're like, well, you don't have COVID, but you're just kind of sick with the common cold. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I've been to the hospital twice from normal infections, but I haven't gotten COVID.
That's kind of the scary part, right? It's because usually like, you turn to the worst case scenario in your head. What I want to ask you guys is, for you, the people that had COVID, or like your friends and family, did they get like problems with the taste? Like tasting things?
My mother recovered like a
My
year.
aunt actually lost all her taste and her smell. And I don't think it's been fully recovered. It's been well over a year since.
Yeah.
Same for
Yep.
my mother.
My mom
Both
had the
me and
same.
my mother were like, oh, shit tastes a little funky for like
Apparently, it's
2 months afterwards.
something
but
really
now we're fine.
weird in that she can't smell the natural scents, is what she's been saying. So she
Yeah.
can't smell like when she's like, for example, like I guess like cooking maybe,
Yeah.
but she can smell perfume.
That's a
odd.
fucking disaster, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you can't smell grass, but you can smell like laundry detergent.
Here
I guess.
you can smell this fucking axe.
I don't know how
body
that
spray,
works.
lol.
That's very silly to me. Like I don't understand if there's like something in your brain that like can differentiate between like chemical smells and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I read somewhere that the whole losing your taste thing or smell is like probably due to like a genetic variation.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, no, I think we got the like there was a British variation running around at the time, and I think we got that one because like me, my brother, and my mom and my dad, we were all like fine after the week, but my mom she was like down really bad,
yeah, but that's
and so
not
she went to the hospital and they were like, oh, you got the Brit variation, so we have no clue. You got the British, so we have no fucking clue what's gonna happen to you. Just drink as much water as you can.
Yeah, but then it's like if you lose your taste, it's down to like your personal genetic variation, like
Yeah.
like some things that
People are predisposed to lose it, basically.
yeah, you're genetically predisposed.
But it's interesting because I think both my mom and my sister got that, and my sister said like the biggest thing for her is that when she drinks, I think it's when she drinks Coca-Cola, it tastes like black pepper. It only tastes like black pepper, which is weird. It's really interesting.
that must taste awful.
Like imagine drinking black pepper. I mean, okay, black pepper is insane. Black pepper is like the best spice. Like I can put black pepper on like anything. Like a steak, I'll just pasta, like everything.
I mean, sure, but you don't want to drink it. Like when you want a Coke, you want a Coke.
Yes, that's true.
Speaking of Coke, Herman, we need to settle something. Are you a Coke guy or a Pepsi guy?
Yeah, we had this discussion. Wait. Let's make our predictions first. So I said Pepsi Max. And then
No, you said Coke, I said Pepsi, and then you said
no,
Pepsi
there's
Max.
no way. I said Coke first, and you said Pepsi. And I said, okay, in that case, it's gotta be Pepsi Max. So I gotta put my bet on that it's regular Coca-Cola. If it's not that, it's Pepsi Max.
I think it's
I'm going freeway.
Freeway, the freeway cola, Nami cola.
I'm going in.
Rally Cola.
So
I
like,
think you're a Pepsi guy.
so like if we buy, it's usually like what's it called, Trocadero, or it's like mostly like Trocadero, like Zero or something.
Yeah.
That's like a genius recipe, to be honest. Like they made that stuff like last year. It's like one of the like best selling soft drinks in Sweden now, I think.
Oh yeah, it's
That really popped off, I think. But like at locals, if I had to decide what to buy, it's probably like a vanilla Coke, if anything.
A vanilla Coke.
Oh yeah, vanilla Coke. That makes so much sense.
Okay,
Vanilla
actually.
and cherry Coke are so underrated.
Cherry Coke is the fucking best. Holy shit, that shit is good.
Both of
Like
them
at
are
that point, why won't you
underrated.
just buy a Dr Pepper?
Because
Yeah,
it
that's what
doesn't
I'm
taste the same, man. It's
But,
different,
you know,
man.
At YCS Atlanta, we were actually at Coca-Cola World in Atlanta.
It's
So,
a
like,
Coca-Cola world?
Coca-Cola was like, it was founded in Atlanta, so they have like a huge museum for Coca-Cola.
Oh.
So I went there with Jungman and Orion.
Yeah.
Orion. So, and there they had like 57 different Coca-Cola taste tests you could like try out.
Connoisseur.
I don't remember all of them. I remember Italia, the Coke is like the worst ever. I'm never buying Coke in Italy ever again. It's like the absolute worst.
Didn't they have like Bjerres lingondryck or something?
Yes, they did, yeah.
That's insane. Lingondryck is once again the true Swedish husmanskost.
Yeah, that was definitely like really fun. Like Coca-Cola World, 8-year adventure.
Okay, so that's
For
where
sure.
you're like, if someone's gonna go anywhere on like spend the vacation, you're gonna say Coca-Cola World, Atlanta.
No, never. But like, it's a very cool place to be. Like,
So
Yeah,
if
like
you're,
if you're already
If you're in
if you're
the
already
area,
there,
just
you
go.
might as
Yeah.
well go.
Oh,
yeah, for sure, definitely
okay.
worth the time.
I'd buy that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and this comes back to the fact that like one of the best parts about going to YCS or something is that you can like explore the city and do the local
Yeah,
things.
usually I don't have time for that because I
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
book like I arrive at Friday or early Saturday. Although I can't really do early Saturday anymore because if I do early Saturday, I just don't get in. So it's like not doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
usually has to be like
Like
Friday,
lunch
but even Friday to like early Monday, and I get home at like 5 p.m. or so.
Yeah, and then you're playing the entire time as well usually.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, because I actually top right.
Exactly, because
we
you're
have to
actually
say, yeah, we have to say.
Yeah.
Imagine not scrubbing the Saturday and going out for drinks. Honestly.
Yeah, I scrub 4 winner mats in a row. Herman gets top 5 at Euros. We are not the same.
Oh, dude, the top 4 Euros was really sick because I had every single Swede there, like helping
Yeah.
me out.
Oh yeah.
I was actually a team effort in Top Cut. Like those judges were definitely wanting to DQ me. Like there's no way. Then I had like 5 smart card minor warnings because I kept buying sleeves and they got per insta damage every single time. Shuffled once, damage. Change sleeves. Every round in Top
They
Cut.
had it out
was
for you.
insane. I don't think it's the judges. Like I'm never buying KMC sleeves ever again. It's just not trustworthy.
Yeah.
Dragon Shield gang.
What is your like sleeve of choice, Herman? What is your choice?
I'm actually double sleeving. I'm using. I actually have a pack here. I can show you.
Let's go.
I'm using broccoli.
Fuck.
The Among Us sleeves? No?
No,
Yeah, broccoli. Yeah.
Broccoli. Yeah, they're good, right?
Yeah, they are like the best double sleeves.
And then what do you use underneath? Just anything or like?
Anything like I bought a pack of Trishula sleeves. I've been using them for like
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
a
those.
few events.
That's pretty cool. So what's the down low? This is something I've been itching to ask. What's the down low on like YCS after parties? How often do you get invited to like the hotel rooms to like fuck bitches and snort coke? Is that something that happens on the regular?
I don't think that's a real thing.
Hey Herman, I heard you top. Do you want to come to my place? We're gonna
Top
fuck
me?
bitches
No.
and do blow.
No, I don't think that's a thing. Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, no,
we'll do that
that's,
for Swedish nuts then. We'll be the first
And
innovators
like
in our
the
field.
most wild thing I've ever heard about is like some American stuff, or like
Oh, yeah.
maybe when like the Australians got robbed at Utrecht and they had to chase
Yeah.
the guy down. That's like
Jesus.
the most, I guess.
It's the one. Isn't there one with like Farfa's friend where they thrash a hotel, like they trash a hotel, and
I
have
don't
to
know.
like pay like a fine for like 3,000 euros or something, or get thrown in jail in like Italy
Yeah.
or something.
And their plan
Yeah,
was to play. And their plan was to play giant cards.
Yes,
So-
exactly.
Yeah, I actually won a giant card and paid someone good back at least. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, bro,
I'm,
you make it a top cut and I win 2 giant cards in a matter of 4
I
hours.
never had stuff like that happen to me. Like never.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
but like, do you find that stuff fun, or do you just prefer to like retire to your room after a good success, or do you like partying afterwards? Or what's
Or like depending on how far you get at events, it's like I personally get really tired.
yeah.
Like I don't know if I've told you guys before, but when I went to Worlds, it was such a stressful environment.
Yeah.
But the tournament days itself, I lived in my room. Like
Oh wow.
I even this up to it. Like I was just so tired like the entire time.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk.
so
Let's
it was just
talk
like
about
wake
Worlds.
up, shower, breakfast, go there, play, get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, like after every day, like after the day ended, I just like fell asleep like immediately. I don't know. I've never been that tired before.
So
So tired.
let's talk about that, because
I can
that's
see that.
you have like a unique experience with that, is that you're one of the few Swedes who has ever gone to Worlds. So so for example, so before Worlds, was there like a lot of communication between all the players who were attending? Was there like connecting each other up, talking with each other, or was there just radio silence?
So my friend Jonas Korsel,
Yeah.
he also qualified for Worlds, and he actually lent me some card at Euros. So it was really, really nice for us to go to Worlds together. And then he hooked me up with connections to Joshua. Schmidt, and Yeah. then we three just tested decks together for Worlds.
Okay.
And I also tested with like the other friends and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like it's not the entire like European
Yeah.
qualifying
Oh
group
God,
tested
no, like,
together.
we don't talk with the French.
Yeah. We don't talk to the
kidding,
French, and we
I'm
don't talk to
kidding.
Jay Quincy, especially.
Yeah.
No, but like
Oh,
it's just a language barrier pretty much. Like
Yeah.
I'm closer to the Germans than I am to like the French group.
Yeah.
And at Worlds that year, there was only Quincy, the French, and the Germans, and I knew the Germans. So I tested with
Yeah.
the Germans.
What was it
Didn't
playing?
Raf qualify?
Oh,
that
Raf
EFL?
too, yeah, but
Yeah, Raf, because Raf
I
beat Quincy in the qualifier,
yes,
and
at
then
the
Quincy in
time,
top four.
yeah, that was crazy. But I at that time, I'd never spoken to Raf outside of like pulling Robban out of Raf's way once, I think. And, I remember Raf thanking me for that. So
Robban's a YCS topper. What you mean, man? Come on, certified Wish Rob gamer moment. Yeah. Okay. So question. So what's with like the OCG players? What was it playing against them? And like, did you talk to them outside of competition, or was it just like here we're
I mean,
playing?
there was a language barrier.
Yeah.
Like the only people I talked to at Worlds really was like the people from Duel Links,
Yeah.
because I knew a lot of them from Duel Links.
Oh yeah, you're.
Like there was a lot of Duel Links people there. Like even like outside the Worlds participant, there was a lot of Duel Links players.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
all
they
went
just
there on,
came
like,
there
a
to
field trip.
watch. Or, like,
Yeah, there was like
chill.
probably 50 plus Duel Links people from like the Duel Links community. All went there, so I had like a lot of them to talk to, and then and then I guess it was like the Germans, so like Koschel, Schmidt, and then.
Was it hard to play against like the
And
OCG
then-
players, trying to get understood and like all the effects, what you're doing, etc.?
So there is the language barrier, which games will take longer when you need to have a translator at your side. But outside of that, it was probably fine. Like the Japanese players all drew insane against me, but that's just RNG, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I
Sometimes
actually played against both the first and the second place.
Mm.
So they were actually my only losses the entire tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, because
So
you
in Swiss,
were X1 in Swiss, and then you lost.
yeah, I lost Salah, like the second place guy. Like game 1, he opened like insane, and then game 2, he had like 5-card combo into Colossus.
But that was also the guy who got.
Must be fucking nice.
But didn't
Yeah,
that
like
guy,
it was actually Activate the Sires, Danish Spanish Sanctuary, Jaguar, Falco, Roar, Rage,
Yeah.
like any of the one-offs, like absolutely nothing banished. And then he drew Gazelle evenly off it. They played evenly, and I kept macro, and then he went Cosmic Cyclone. I was like,
Oh.
sometimes
Okay.
people just feel
And I was like, then he went like normal summon spinny, trigger Gazelle. It's like, okay.
Okay, fuck. I guess you got me.
Proceeds to search freaking Jaguar, Sanctuary, Roar, and Rage. Like,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. He was
But
a good
Sometimes you
player.
just have everything, Herman. Sometimes you just have
checklist
everything.
after 42 cards, 2 Desires, 2
Oh
Cosmic, 2
my
evenly.
god.
Oh,
Base.
I love
filter.
Japanese
The
deck theory.
OCG ratios, but didn't like that guy literally get caught cheating during like a remote YCS or like a remote duel thing?
No. Not that I know. No.
Was that not the guy? I heard it was the guy because he was the one who won
The
the event before.
2017 World Champ got caught cheating in
Yeah.
like
Oh.
Japanese CS event in
Ah.
2018, I think.
That's
He
the
played-
guy I'm thinking about then. I think.
Because he played Altergeist, and there's a video of him just like shuffling a rivalry to the top, I think it was.
Ah, okay. That was one
And
of
he
the.
had tweeted it on Twitter. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But what's the like? So when you like went home after like the Worlds, did they house you at like a venue, like a hotel near the venue, or like in the venue? What was it like communicating with Konami?
I don't know if you have never been to a YCS in
Oh no,
Berlin, right?
no.
Was it the Worlds you went to?
Yeah,
Was it the-
yeah. It's the same hotel as always.
Yeah, exactly.
So just
Yeah,
hosted in that hotel, yeah.
It's like the biggest hotel in Europe.
Yep.
So the venue's like inside the hotel.
What was it like?
Yeah, and it's also the most dangerous street in all of Europe. You can
Oh,
Google
wow.
it. It's true.
There you
Shout
go.
out Newcastle.
Sonnenallee. I googled it once, and it's like Berlin, like Germany's most dangerous like neighborhood or something. That's why
it
the
is really
kebab
good,
is so
it's
good.
kind of
Makes
fun.
sense.
Yeah, I mean, you might get sent to the
Nice
Shadow
thing,
Realm, of
concrete
course. So.
jungle.
That's funny.
So like with the Konami, like all the staff and everything, connecting with them before the events, like getting all correspondence. How does that work? Is it like, do you email? Do they call you?
So we had to sign a form at Euros we sent in, and then they contacted me with like all the important stuff, and then they booked my tickets, and then I had like a spokesperson or something I could talk to if there was any issues, for example.
Yeah.
And then when I got there at the airport, there was like, you know how like at the airport, if you like travel somewhere and you have like booked like an Airbnb or something, the ones hosting Airbnb can come to the airport and hold up like a sign where it says like, your name on it, and it said like YGO on the sign. And then I got like my own personal travel card. Where it said it said like a YGO and like the dates on it, and you could use it for infinite free travel in the city.
Oh wow!
During the entire week.
That's sick.
Did you keep it? Can you still use it?
I did, but I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in my room, but I'm not gonna go find it.
Yeah, maybe you're not shouldn't show it to the camera either, depending on.
No, there's no issue with it. Like it's not valid anymore, anyways.
Yeah.
It was like your name on it, and it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship, and it just worked everywhere.
But then, like at the hotel, like before the event, after the event, and like during the event, there was no like hanging out with other players, talking to them.
So there was probably, but I was asleep basically the entire time.
Okay,
so.
yeah.
Wasn't there the retard moment where the NA guy was like, "You want to swap cards?"
Oh yeah. So before the
I've heard about
there was one of the World Championships players from America. He messaged me. I was like, "Yo, I'm a big fan of you. I also play Dueling Book. You wanna swap all your cards to American at Worlds?" And I was like, "Sure, but like, why not? Like, we both benefit from it because like he gets the European cards and I get any cards. They're worth more in their respective regions because of scarcity." And I go over. He's like, "Do you have the cards?" And I'm like, "Sure. Like, do you have like Phantasmes?" And it's like, "Sure." I hand Phantasmes. It's like, "Yeah, 30 euros in between." It's like, what? No, thank you. I'm like, no. I was actually really offended, so I just left the room.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Didn't Team Sam do that to you?
Team Sam X1 wanted to swap a striker core, like from EU to NA. So I like, "Oh yeah, I can give you mine." It was like, "Oh yeah, that'll be like $60 in between." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! What do you mean?"
It's just
like, bro, like
delusional.
if you want America, we can buy it on card market. It's not that expensive.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I didn't have ulti Kagari, so it was like, "Okay, well that's fine. I'll just swap the rest." And then he just hands me up like, "Give me money for this." I'm like, "No."
The worst thing is they benefit from it. They already benefit from it. It's a mutual benefit already.
Yeah.
Like, asking money for it is freaking ridiculous.
It's just asshole hustle culture, man. It's kind of a low thing.
The worst thing is when you actually you ask someone before the event and it's like, "Hey, do you have the cards to swap?"
Yeah.
And you don't mention the money, and you go to the room and you want money for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
like it's,
I
it's
was
still
so offended. I was like, I
get
couldn't
that.
believe it. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
me
like,
and
it's still an
Colas, we just
asshole
left the
move.
room. Like, we were so angry. Like,
Yeah, like
But I
asking
was
for money is
angry, I don't know
always
what
asshole
Colas.
move. But like if you like hit someone up asking to swap and don't mention the money, and then you ask for the money like up front when they show up, that's even more of an asshole move. That's
Yeah, the only
just
thing you're gonna get is a
ridiculous,
fucking
honestly.
walked out on or a fucking fist in the face. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's that is a major assholery. I don't know. That's
Damn and yank.
yeah, like, I was offended. Like, I was like, are you serious?
yeah.
So,
No, like walking
I
out
was
is
like, I'm not
the
gonna start anything. I'm just gonna leave. Like,
Yeah.
you can do your thing, dude.
Yeah, like this isn't worth my time. Obviously.
the thing you could have done is report him to Konami for trying to make you buy things at an event. Because that would be against the rules.
It is
right?
not at the event. It's in the hotel room
Ah,
after.
okay. Yeah, sure.
It's a see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil thing.
Yeah.
You know what happens in the hotel room stays in the hotel room.
Yeah. It's kind of insane that they have like judges walking around like incognito mode in the venues trying to catch people selling cards.
Yeah.
My friend got thrown out from the YCS
But, like,
Utrecht for that.
I'm gonna be honest. It's so hard to get caught
Yeah.
buying or selling cards at an event.
Yeah. I don't know. What
I mean, I just don't do it. It's like, if you know the people, you go like, "Yep, we can pay Paul after the event. Here you go." Or,
Yeah.
well, you can borrow them. I'll get them back after the event.
Yeah. But what's your most memorable like Yu-Gi-Oh event? What's the most memorable thing of all the competitions and everything you've done? What do you remember most fondly?
Like a moment.
Yeah.
Euros when I went top 4 probably. I've never cheered that hard in my entire life.
Okay.
It's either that or like Swedish Nats. Either when I won the finals or in top 4. Because the top 4 match was freaking hilarious. It was the best top 4 match ever. The barrage incident.
Yeah, the barrage.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
not
okay.
the incident.
The incident. Herman was
yeah.
never the same after the incident. No.
Have you heard it before?
No,
yeah.
I have not heard it. I didn't play back then. So,
Oh, that's insane! Like I activated Sires in top 4 of Swedish Nats,
yeah.
and
You're
know,
1-1
I-
at this point, right?
no, that was game 1 actually.
Game 1.
But like, and I played like a lot of Zodiacs. Like I played like 3-3-3-3-1 or something. So it has like 10 Zodiacs. Active Sires. I banished 9. How? Yeah, I was in disbelief. So I have to play like 1 Rat Peer or something. and I just have no fucking way in my entire deck to do any damage. And then he proceeds to Kaiju my Rat Peer. So I beat him down with Yuzukiro
Oh my
for a couple
god.
turns. And I keep throwing Tankies and Barrage. So sitting now I have like 2 Barrage, 2 Tanky. And then he like has to like Raigeki away my Yuzukiro. And then I draw Barrage for turn. And I just slam it on the board. Really excited. And he just says, of course, and then scoops.
Little did he know.
That is fantastic.
Like I didn't use the effect obviously, I just like I slammed the card like
He just
Yeah.
scooped.
and it worked. Like I was in disbelief. Like I was like, how? How did this just
Yeah.
work?
Clueless.
And then afterwards we were like, Bakers, no, why would you do it?
Oh,
God damn.
Also
fantastic.
played the most base deck at that event. Didn't he play like Shadow, Predaplant, Sewer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he played so.
he played a pile for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
it might
Bakers
have
always
been
played.
it
Like,
might have been was it top 8? No, it was top 4 because I beat Ludwig in top 8. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you played Nielsen in.
Yeah,
Fine,
we don't talk
yeah.
about that match. I think he still doesn't
She
like
only wins when it
it.
was Maxi.
Only times to do Maxi in the entire tournament, by the way. 2 times
Yeah.
in finals.
Did you draw Maxi or Raigeki at London versus him in Top Cut?
At London? No.
Spiral.
No,
Yeah,
that was
but-
nothing like that. Game 1, I full comboed through like 3 hand traps. Game 2, he full comboed through like no hand traps, so I used Raigeki, and then I was like 1 card away from breaking his full combo board, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And in game 3, I used full combo through like not full combo. He dropped me, so I ended on like Agent, Rescue, Grave, Helix, and Affiliate Wire. So I just summoned Agent, popped his resort, wired his only play, just
Fantastic.
blew him out.
Fucking happens.
Well, we are closing up on an hour here, so I actually think it's time to end here. But Herman, it was amazing to have you on. All the great stories we've heard, all the good conversations, great times were had by all, I presume. Do you want to say any closing statement, Herman? Something to say to the people of the world, the Yu-Gi-Oh players of the world?
Nah, not really. Like this game is fun.
There you go.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
Right. Well, I
Nothing
mean,
to show. Alright, but then, like, finally, Herman. Will you teach me ABC?
That's a shitty meme. I've never played ABC in my entire life. I've never even played that deck. It's a good meme though. Solid meme.
It's a solid meme.
Okay, well, thank you everybody, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye bye.